welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. So that's what's going on in the sky, Leo. Let's take a look at the cards and see what's coming up for Leo. We have 8 of Wands in reverse to start off with, followed by 2 of Coins. So this may be a delay in decision making because you don't have all the information yet, or things haven't completely lined up, especially as it relates to going forward with a project, potentially a creative project, or a collaboration with someone else. I do see that when you do go forward with it, it will produce financial reward, Leo. And here's the Leo, one of the Leo cards. Strength is also another Leo card. This is your symbol of the sun. And I'm seeing that around that new moon, you have sun energy coming to you. But there's some sort of fear, doubt, or resistance to accessing it fully until you acknowledge a truth, or you're going to get this revelation that maybe stops you in your tracks. But let's just go through each of the cards and I'll talk about each one of those. So, beginning of the month, 8 of Wands and 2 of Coins in reverse. So 8 of Wands is usually about communication, things happening quickly, when things are 80 to 90% lined up. But with it in reverse, it's saying that you're still missing a critical piece of information, or something's in delay. Something's not going as quickly as you had hoped it to, or that there are delays in communication. This card usually has to do with Mercury and Sagittarius. So Mercury being the planet of communication, and Sagittarius is quick moving, enthusiastic, motivated. When it's in reverse like this, it's sort of like saying you're on hold. It's like that feeling of being on the phone but being on hold. So something could be on hold, and it could be preventing you from making a decision on something regarding finances, like whether you can go choose this option or choose that option, go left or right. I really get the sense that you're kind of precarious or just unstable. You can't, this is like being on one foot, and you can't put the other foot down until you get that piece of information or you get things moving again. It's kind of like slow moving energy with this. But as you go forward, there's something that you want to create. There's something that you may potentially be working on with someone else, or that you'd like a creative project that you're doing with one or more people. It's a collaborative work, or there's creative energy here, potentially multiple streams of income. But I don't see that getting off the ground until this information comes in, or whatever delay is happening here, communication potentially, comes in, and then it ramps this up. It helps you make a decision to go forward. And then this can turn around too, where you actually get to start building something, and then it becomes very satisfying to you. Your wishes get fulfilled once these things fall into place. So there is a bit of a delay, communication, that until you have that, you're having a hard time making the decision with this collaborative project, or work project, group project, creativity, any of that. But once you get that, it's actually really satisfying to you. This is a wish fulfillment card. This means like feeling full, feeling satisfied, feeling happiness, just feeling good and feeling like what you want is coming to you. So I'm just going to say that if there's some delay happening at the beginning of the month, because it has to do with, you know, sensual pleasure, it has to do with bed and table, it has to do with feeling full. You know, Tauruses notoriously love to eat, or, you know, just love textures, colors, sensuality, touch, and this card really reminds me of Taurus energy. So I'm getting that you're feeling satisfied, or some wishes being fulfilled right around that full moon. But I kind of get like the feeling of a car that's having a hard time starting here, but then when it does, its engine really vrooms up. So keep at it, be patient, Leo, at the beginning of the month. If there's any delays in communication, or needing that last piece of information to make a decision, feeling like you're on one foot, wanting to put that other foot down, especially as it relates to going forward with creative projects or group projects, you're going to be happy and satisfied with the outcome of it if you can be patient to push through this. And then in the middle of the month, One more thing I'm going to say about that first, though, is that patience really pays off. Whatever efforts, I'm seeing where we've got a progression of coin energy. Finance, we go from 2 to 3, we've got 9, and we've got Jack. So there's a progression of the coin energy growing. It's just in reverse, so it's like delay, requiring patience. There's fear, doubt, or resistance. I'm really getting the word resistance to letting this come in, letting this develop. But have patience, Leo. It's growing, even though it may not be growing at the pace that you would like it to. So in the middle of the month, I see 2 knights facing off. This is actually just 9 of Wands. He looks like a knight, but he's really just a warrior. And this is Knight of Coins. So these 2 cards, with 9 of Wands, I always call this card the Survivor card. And with Knight of Coins, he is the one who is slow moving. So this can be taking your time and thinking things over, really considering what the bottom line is. Like, what do I need in order to survive, is what these 2 cards say to me. This card can be a little bit defensive. He can feel like he gets knocked down and then gets back up over and over and over again. That's why I call this the Cool Hand Luke card. But he is a survivor. That's what both of these have in common, is they know what it takes. Like, what's the bottom line? If I'm heading out into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, what is the amount of food that what do I need to take that I'll be able to survive on? Not frills, not excess, but what, if this is potentially a card of excess and overdoing it, this is like scaling back and saying, okay, no, I need to make a budget. No, I need to plan so that I can survive. So there's something going on there, Leo, in the middle of the month where you may need to look at, I'm almost just getting that Led Zeppelin song, Good Times, Bad Times, but this isn't really bad times so much as like, what do you need to get by? And it may be a certain amount of portioning things out, considering the bottom line of things, so that you can get to a place of, letting the good times roll again. I'm almost getting like this is putting stuff in a savings account. Because this 9 of Coins is a card of luxury. It's a card of being well established, wearing jewels, being having a savings account, having put yourself in a nice place through your hard work. That's what I'm seeing with 3 of Coins here. And you actually get this sense of renewal coupled with it right next to 9 of Coins. So 9 of Coins means, sorry about the glare there. 9 of Coins is about putting yourself in a nice place and accepting things just as they are. For some of you Leos, I'm really seeing similarities between this necklace here and these stars. And I'm really getting a sense that in the middle of the month, showing gratitude for just what it is that you have, things just as they are. This woman is stripped down. She doesn't need all these jewels. She doesn't need any outer validation from anything. She doesn't need a title. She doesn't need status. She recognizes her own place in the universe and her value there. And I'm really just getting a sense of gratitude here, that you don't really need all this stuff to feel fulfilled. You just recognize what you have. You have it pretty good is what it's telling me, but you may not be recognizing that in the middle of the month. There's almost like a swing between what I'll just call getting by and really feeling like in the lap of luxury. That's what all this purple means, is like royalty and really having everything you need. I think one of the things that all of these cards have in common in the middle of the month is recognizing you have everything you need to survive, and not only that, but to feel abundant and feel, I'm really getting a sense for some reason, Leo, in the middle of the month, there's going to be a focus on needing to focus on what it is that you have already and how it's not only enough to sustain you, but it's beautiful and abundant, and that because they're all in reverse, there may be a hard time recognizing that you're in this place of where all your needs are satisfied. And, in some ways you're just eating grapes, and it's just it's just enough. It's just, you can access the feeling of this card like, I've got everything I want. It may not have to be, you know, palaces and castles and Cadillacs and gold, and you know, there's a real simplicity here, but a real feeling of fullness and completeness, and that everything is right in the world. So I'm really going to say, Leo, for this month, acts of gratitude or practice of gratitude will really serve you in feeling full, in feeling abundant, in feeling complete with the world. I'm actually going to put this amethyst here. This, again, purple is a symbol of prosperity, abundance, royalty, and amethyst is a very, it's a stone that is very healing, and it draws a lot to it. So I'm going to just say, for the middle of the month, Leo, don't focus on how many times you've gotten knocked down and get back up, or just the bare bones of what you need to survive, you know, going slow and just being super practical or pragmatic. Really look at the beauty of life that is here for you. This necklace of gold and this necklace of stars, along with these two beautiful women, is really just saying there's like a lushness between Nine of Coins and Star. There's a lushness to life that you may not be seeing, or that you may have this resistance to, fear, doubt, or resistance, that gratitude is going to really bring that into focus for you and turn these back around. It's really a matter of extending this happiness through the month. And I get the sense that as you do that, you get the sun, moon, and stars. I mean, here's the star card and the sun card. They're right next to one another. And you're drawing more to you by recognizing your own worth, your own value, just as you are, not with anything external, not needing to do anything else. And then others show up with you and just increase your joy. So I'm really going to say, Leo, for the middle of the month, by practicing that gratitude, you are going to recognize that you're already enough, that you're already, you have so much. And that will bring this, you know, allow you to experience 100% of the joy and vitality and happiness that sun brings, instead of just 70% of it. You know, sun is such a positive card that it's just like shining radiance and vitality and happiness onto you, especially around that new moon in Scorpio. And I see this happening for you, maybe bringing someone into the home. I might even suggest getting some sunflowers and bringing them into your home, because sun just wants to like hold you in its warm golden glow. Leo, you're a sun ruled sign. So expand from feeling like you just need to like survive and bare bones and, you know, be practical and pragmatic, to realize you really do have a lot of riches just as you are, and your worth and your value is enough, and it draws more to you. It just keeps expanding. That may be the aha or the revelation that you get here. This is alignment with the truth. This is Ace of Swords, and this is a new beginning, a new way of thinking, a new thought, revelation. I always call this card the truth will set you free. So there's really a moment of clarity that you get, or like, maybe I wasn't really seeing how much I have. Maybe I wasn't really, it's cutting through something. Maybe you're seeing like, I was just in survival mode instead of enjoyment mode. And as I turn these around, I mean, look what happens. I had the power all along to realize I have it all. So see what clarity is coming to you at the end of the November. This is really a new beginning. Aces are new beginning. And it's like having new sight. I'm going to say a new pair of glasses. Because after this card hits, Ace of Swords cuts away all the nonsense, all the BS, anything that's not true. Ace of Swords will cut through that. That's why it's looked at as like a victory card here. You're going to see things completely differently. And you might even say, oh my God, I was so stuck. You might see how you were willfully blind. If you look at both of these cards, this is coming out of victim mentality. This is coming out of being willfully blind. Interesting that both of these are blindfolded cards, and they're in reverse after this Ace of Swords shows up. So it's saying, God, I was really like being indecisive, or I was really stuck because of my thoughts and not choosing one way or the other way. I was really like in limbo here, and potentially in victim mentality, or feeling like captive, powerless. This is all to do with thinking. You know, these are two thoughts that the figure can't choose between. So she blindfolds herself and is checked out, becomes aloof, becomes stagnant, goes into stasis. And in this card, it is all these thoughts, all these swords represent thoughts that defeat the woman. She feels captive, she feels defeated, she feels powerless. But I get with this card, Ace of Swords preceding these, you're realizing the power of your thought. And you're like, oh my God, I really see that I've kept myself in static. I've kept myself blindfolded. I've had the ability to see the truth all along, and I can see clearly now. So use whatever insight, new beginning way of thinking, revelation here towards the end of the month, especially through this practice of gratitude that's going to turn all this around. Again, a progression from feeling like survival mode to really appreciating what you have in life and creating joy from that. And realizing you don't have to be stuck in your own thoughts. You don't have to be like swimming in this pattern of, I'm stuck, I can't see, I have no effect on things. It's thinking that keeps you stuck there, Leo. So I see November for you, Leo, as being a very interesting month as far as turning lead into gold. I don't know why, but I'm getting this alchemical feeling for you, that you really have a lot of wonderful happiness cards. I mean, look at all this. Star, 9 of coins, 9 of cups. You know, these are feeling really full. Sun. These are all really beautiful cards of happiness, fulfillment, and satisfaction. But I do get the sense that you're going to almost have to address some of your old thinking patterns, or even just acknowledging what's there, in order to transform whatever feels like lead into gold, and realizing, oh my God, I wasn't stuck at all. It almost reminds me of like a Dorothy in Wizard of Oz moment. Like, I've been home, I had the power to go home all along. That's what this aha moment is. And you know, I've just been sort of like lying to myself, or not lying to yourself, but not seeing that you do have choice and power and control, and that you do have, you're not stuck. You're not powerless. So it's going to be I'm seeing transforming lead into gold, Leo, this month. And if November feels at the beginning that it's starting off a little slow or sputtering, keep pushing through. You'll get the information to make that decision to participate in whatever group project or creativity. It's going to be satisfying for you. So that's my reading for you, Leo. Let me pull a couple more cards. I want to pull a love card for you this month. And again, if any of you have amethyst, I'm going to say work with amethyst this month. It's going to really help you. And also in terms of gratitude, it's going to draw forth the value of what you already have, Leo. And your card is give your relationship a chance. You know, this card for love, I'm also going to say what may feel like lead or heavy or dull can really be gold if you give it a chance, if you work with it. It says work on your partnership, because if there's any heaviness there, it can really be turned into gold, into something that is a treasure. And I'm really seeing it as working with this sun energy. What may feel like an overcast day, you can work on that and really transform it into something sunny and bright and vital. So give your relationship a chance. There may be a new truth that sparks something. Like, if I just do this, then it turns everything around. So that's your partnership energy. And I'm going to pull an Angel Oracle card. These are both decks from Doreen Virtue. Let's see what's coming up for Leo. Angel Therapy. So Archangel Raphael is the card. And it says, give your cares and worries to us, angels, and allow us to take your burdens. So if anything's feeling heavy for Leo, you know, here's that survivor card. That's what we talked about as far as feeling like, you know, carrying something, or just that you have to keep pushing through. give it to the divine realm. Let them carry it for you. You know, again, turn burdens and lead and heaviness into gold. There's really a lot of beautiful stuff here. And I also get the sense that gratitude is really going to help you this month. So let the blessings rain down upon you, Leo. Experience that sun energy, 9 of coins, 3 of coins, creativity, 9 of cups, wish fulfillment, star, which is hope and renewal. You're just going to have to let it in, Leo, and work on that alchemical transformation, and gratitude is your key this month. So that's my reading for you, Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Leo who you think might enjoy it. Feel free to share this video on social media. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching.